Alright, hello everyone. This is going to be a simple tutorial on how to set up Hoot Player because it might be slightly difficult if you don't know what you're doing. So you're going to want to go on this website, snesmusic.org. Excuse my cough. You're going to want to click this Hoot Player, and it's going to take you to this website. Sometimes when I tried this before, this particular link was down. So I'll link the link that should always work in the description just in case, but whatever the case is, you're going to want to go to program download, and you're going to want to click this version. Now, this particular version, through my experiments, only works on 64-bit operating systems. So if you wanted to try and get if you wanted to run this on like a Windows XP virtual machine, you would need the 32-bit version, which I believe I have a link in the description. I should anyways. It's kind of hard to find, but anyways, you download that, and then you're going to go back to SNES archive. You're going to want to go to their FAQ page, and you're going to want to pretty much do what it says here. Download the drum sample sets, download the INI enhancements, though I believe we end up replacing these eventually. Sorry about that. I believe we end up replacing these, but whatever, just download them anyways. And then you're going to want to go to where you installed the thing, right? The Hoot folder. Mine's already done, but basically you're going to open those two, and you're just going to extract it into the Hoot folder, which is the folder that you installed Hoot to, or extracted the Hoot folder to. And you're gonna get all of these. Anyways, you're gonna have this folder, and you're gonna want to you're gonna need games. There's a few ways you can do this. Probably the easiest way is to go to their temporary archive, which has a lot of games. And you're gonna want to download this right here, and this I believe replaces the old INI enhancements, so it's the same thing, it's just newer. And again, you just put it into the folder, and this 2018 version comes with 2 XMLs, which are essentially the files that tell the program what to do, I believe, for each game or each company's game. And most likely the game you're trying to do is within this list. There's a very high chance it is, but if for some reason it isn't, which God bless your soul, because it is very annoying to do if it isn't, but you can try this guy's website. He has a lot of different companies and he gives all the files necessary to get it to play, but it's rather complicated. That's probably a whole other tutorial on how to do that, but it shouldn't be necessary. So point is though, after you get those INI files, go back to this archive, and he also has a list for most relevant consoles. Let's say we want to do PC98. Now, like I said, most games are going to be on here, so just try to find the game. Some might have weird names, like for example, I wanted to do Shizuku, but it had the name Shizuku instead. So there's slight things like that. So you download whichever ones you want, and then go back to the folder, and you put it in the relevant folder to whatever game, and you also put it into the ROMs folder and you don't extract it. You just put the zip in there, and that has everything already set up for you. So it pretty much has what you would have done on this website pre-done. Oh yeah, and another thing is, I would recommend downloading on the same fact page on snes.music or music.org. I would recommend downloading the promoth.dll and mt32sound.dll. And once that happens, you have it in the ROMs folder, you have it in the folder for the game you want. You can then run the program after you make sure you put all the sample sounds and everything. You run the program, and mine's a little. I have a skin, but that doesn't really matter. Now, the first time you run it, this is what tripped me up. You probably won't see this. You have to click on System, then Reload Titles, and then the information should pop up, right? And then you just click, press Escape to go back, and that's it. Really, you can play whatever you want in those games. And there's no pause button, which is kind of weird, but I don't think there is. Just run one that ends. Now, some downsides to this are there's another player out there that is more. I would only recommend using Hoot or proprietary software or proprietary file types if you have PMD files, which are the more like easily accessible versions of these sound files for these old games. I would recommend using the FMPMD player, as it is way more effective for that purpose. The wave recording system is way better. It's just you're probably going to want to use this if you just have the more accessible file types. But for stuff like Shizuku and other games where the stuff is proprietary, you're going to want to use this because it can read it anyways. And I believe that's basically it. If you want to, this is the downside to it, if you want to record, you have to click the wave output button, and then you can play any of the songs. And you have to sit here and manually record it. And if you click the wave output button, it'll stop recording. And then it'll go into the output file. The out is called OUT right here. And it'll just dump in there. And you can do whatever you want with it. Some notable quirks with it is, say you have the same game and it has two different settings. Say Shizuku has a FM and a MIDI. If you record the same track over in the same game, it'll just record over the it'll record over the FM as well, or vice versa, which is pretty annoying. But for some reason, it doesn't even record the MIDI. It's just silent if you try to use wave recording. So I don't know, but that's pretty much that. If you have any questions, just ask in the description. I'll try to answer. I'm sick with the flu, so sorry for the coughing and all that. But yeah. Oh yeah, and one more addendum. If you are interested in running a game that Hoot deems to be copywritten or something, I believe it only lets you play that song for 1 minute. But if you do this whole thing with the email service, it's free and it'll let you do it. It's pretty much just a loophole. You give them your email, and I think it gives you a code or something. I don't know. I've never done it. I've never needed to do it. But if I think certain companies, he limits you to 1 minute. So go through this process if you want to not have it be 1 minute. Alright, say bye. And I'm unsure if cheap still is downloadable. As you can see, this site can't be reached. But if you, this is the program that can, I've never used it, but some people might be interested in it. If you go to this guy's website, which I'll link in the description, he has a working version of it you can download. And